Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Money! Some people like to flounder it off, like some assholes, such as spending $1 million on diamonds for a boxing match where you're hitting people. Boxing. You don't need diamonds for boxing. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking about people who are rich but live like they're poor, aka the world's richest people who live like they're poor. Another SunnyV2 video, absolute banger of course. Let's hop right in. Y'all know the deal, give a sub to SunnyV2 in the description down below.
Christian Bale drives a 2003 Toyota pickup, while IKEA's founder still flew coach after making $50 billion. But let's start with someone worth $300 million who drives a Toyota Prius, Leonardo DiCaprio. In fact, Leo liked his Prius so much he bought another 3 for his mother, father, and stepmother, not to mention he rathers commercial over private flights, believing it's a greener alternative. He's therefore often seen at the airport looking secretive but fairly casual.
And that's become a meme too, him like hiding like that, and I know he's Leo. And he's right too. It's why take your own jet, your own private jet, when you can just ride with everyone else. Yeah, you're Leonardo DiCaprio, but if you're doing this shit, who's gonna know?
Although he only reaches peak casual when riding his bike through New York City. Now sure, DiCaprio does own 4 side-by-side houses in Hollywood, but when David Dobrik
That's smart. All 4 of them next to each other, that's big brain right there.
met him there, he described Leo as surprisingly normal.
Like, he opened the door for us and his dog got out. And so he had to go chase his dog. Like,
That'd be so like, I mean, I'd be like, shit, I get this dog, but like, that's wholesome.
and that's where you go, oh my god, it's the guy from the Titanic, and this is the Wolf of Wall Street, but he's here at his house, just chilling.
And this even extends to how Leo treats his fans. I went up to him at a restaurant and his security stopped me. I heard him saying it's okay, let him through. He proceeded to give me an autograph and we talked for like 2 minutes. Absolutely down to earth and no superiority complex at all.
Those, like, these are the people, like, in my eyes, like Keanu Reeves, he's another one that's like, we need to protect these people at all costs. These are the actual, like, saints of Hollywood.
Leo at least tries to live a normal life, but somebody who actually does is Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. When asked how he spends his $320 million, Dave Grohl stated it goes straight into my bank account where it turns all moldy and smelly, given he basically buys nothing. For example, Dave Grohl christened his first credit card with the extravagant purchase of a Benihana dinner, and when asked about cars, he'd state, I drive a family car. Not a monster SUV, but a family car that fits 5 people, adding that his Tesla was impractical and the stupidest thing as he thought it was too fancy. He'd also get rid of his holiday home back in
He's more about effectiveness than looks. I get it.
2017, and now owns only one single Los Angeles property, which he calls a house that's just big enough. He'd add, I don't need even more money, cars, and gold chains. They don't make you happy, and I'd rather be happy than stinking rich, concluding with the statement, I'm not a banker, I'm a musician.
Let's make
Facts. I don't really listen to was it Food Fights, but that's facts. Like, money don't make you happy. There are some people that say money is a booster. If you're depressed and you get money, well, yeah, you're gonna be happy for a little bit, but then you go right back to depression.
Make it about the music. Let's not talk about money. Let's just go have a good time.
Dave Grohl is the key.
Exactly. Don't worry about like how much it's gonna be, yada yada yada. If you just worry about the moment. You can't buy back a moment.
Keanu Reeves of rock and roll, talented and humble, which also describes Christian Bale after adding one more word, frugal. Similar to Dave Grohl, Bale lives in a nice but simple Los Angeles property, although he'd recently announced he was dropping $22 million on 12 separate houses, all of which are going to a foster care charity. When offered a luxury villa on the set of
That's
Public
awesome.
Enemies, Christian Bale refused, with the director explaining he just wanted an ordinary room. Christian is so modest and unassuming, which is supported by one of Bale's interview statements.
It's like some people, like, I feel I can empathize with, like, they don't want to be treated like they're celebrities. They just want to be treated like they're human. It's like kind of like the Superman kind of thing. They're trying to be Clark Kent, but some people know they're Superman type deal.
Wealth doesn't mean anything to me. If a robber broke into my house, he'd burst into tears, and it wouldn't be worth stealing his car either.
That's what he drives around in. 2003 Toyota Tacoma. It's a good car, never breaks. He's like, if someone needs me to carry something, I can put it in the back.
Christian Bale's truck has become a notable Hollywood talking point.
I guess people have this idea of Hollywood stars, they're driving like the nicest cars.
What are you saying? The Tacoma's not the nicest car.
It's
How
a
dare
2006
you?
Tacoma, right?
2003, thank you
Oh
very
my
much.
god. It's
And
almost
secondhand even then.
And while he might have been spotted also driving
You know, the stock shot up after that. They were like, damn, I'm about to go find a 2003.
a dusty Porsche, it seems the 2003 Toyota is his go-to daily driver. The joke's on everyone else because he's actually driving one of the best vehicles to ever be produced. Bale described his life by stating,
See, I don't know cars or anything, but I mean, if everyone's saying it don't give you no problems, it's one of the best cars, then shit.
I do the exact same as I've always done. I don't have an assistant, I don't drive a flashy car, I do everything myself. I go to the supermarket myself, the hardware store. It's something I would greatly miss because I'd start to feel like a prisoner, which might also explain why Bale has rejected most technology. Co-star Bryce Dallas Howard said he barely has a cell phone. He's not one of those flamboyant actors that need a lot of people helping him. He and his wife don't have a nanny. They live in a one-bedroom house. They're very low-maintenance, low-key real people, but if it's a competition for who can live the cheapest, NBA player Kawhi Leonard might still be the winner. Because despite making $128 million over the last 3 years, Kawhi still drives a 1997 Chevy Tahoe.
And that's the thing, if it's got 4 wheels and it can drive, sometimes that's enough. That's all you need. You don't need like the screen on the front of the car or whatever. You don't need the like cameras. You just, if it can drive, let me put some gas in it, we're good to go.
Because it runs and it's paid off. The car, which is proudly nicknamed the Gas Guzzler, sits outside his 2-bedroom San Diego apartment, although it's at the Wingstop just down the street that his frugality really shows. After landing a sponsorship with the company back in 2016, they sent him a coupon booklet for free chicken wings, which he then accidentally lost, apparently leading to a panic attack. Wingstop also seems to be Kawhi's go-to place for autographs.
Imagine you work so hard, not like just to get sponsored. I doubt that was the sole reason, but you get sponsored and you get free shit. You lose the coupon or like their card that gives it. You would think they would just know your face, but
Ed Sheeran's go-to place for anything is the couch in his hometown house. He made $775 million from his 2023 tour, but
yeah, his songs went off. So yeah, I can assume the dude's loaded.
But when asked about his bank, he'd state, I use my Barclays student account. I'm not upgraded because I don't spend much money. If I had all my money in one account, I would spend all of it, so I get an allowance. But when asked about how much the allowance was, he'd give a shocking answer. Maybe $1,000. I really don't spend much money. I spend most of it on taxis.
That's so smart. Like, have your own like parent. Because the whole reason for allowances is don't give them like $300 because they'll go buy some crazy shit they don't need. It's the same thing with kids. You don't give a kid, especially nowadays, like $500. They'll go buy the Switch too, and they won't even get a game with it.
Hotels certainly weren't a primary expense, as he'd sleep in Courtney Cox's spare room for 3 months straight, which might have been a mansion in Malibu, although he didn't need such luxury.
I do go to LA every now and then, go to wanky restaurants with people, and that is a side of my life, but I also live in the place that I grew up with my wife who grew up there.
As
See, and that's the thing too. Like,
mentioned,
like I feel like as a celebrity, like not everyone can just go out. Well, I mean, if you're like dressed up and everything and you go out in public, then yeah, people are gonna notice you. But if like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio or Keanu Reeves, he just looks like a normal guy with like, you know, was it satchel? And I mean, he's taking the train, taking the bus, like they're just, you don't ask for attention, you won't get attention.
and Ed Sheeran
Act
married his
normal.
high school girlfriend and moved back to their English country hometown with only 4,000 people.
That castle looks so cool. I don't know why I had to point that out, but that shit looks fucking cool.
Here he keeps up normal working hours.
I actually got the idea from Eminem. He works 9 to 5, goes in,
does a studio, goes home.
And when asked about lavish holidays, he
It's the American dream, baby.
he'd state, "I'm ginger, so we don't really sit on beaches. I can't think of anything less relaxing than sitting getting burnt in the sun. No, I just shut all my doors, turned off my phone and watched lots of DVDs.
And that's the best part, is when they have like a sense of humor. So others, it's like, I deal with all the drama and the stress. It's like, no, I just shut my doors and just watch movies like everyone else.
Perhaps best resonating with The Hunger Games, as Jennifer Lawrence is equally normal. Despite being often cited as the most successful actress of her generation, Jennifer Lawrence stated, "I'm in bed by 11 p.m. at the latest. I prefer that to hanging around Hollywood parties at night. Fame or being famous has never impressed me," which might also explain why she refused to upgrade her Volkswagen EOS even after finding initial success. She'd eventually splurge on an equally humble Chevy Volt while living in the same Los Angeles townhouse that was bought for less than $1 million before the fame. She'd state, "I was raised to have value for money, to have respect for money even though you have a lot of it, with this respect for money leading to a life of extreme humility. I still look for bargains in the supermarket. Just because you're getting recognized by other people doesn't mean you've become anything special, and according to Ingvar Kamprad, being a billionaire didn't make you special either. By starting this..."
I feel like some people could literally be trillionaires, and it's like for example, Keanu Reeves. I feel like if he somehow did like 4 or 5 banger movies, all make like billions of dollars, so he's a trillionaire, he's still gonna be just chilling. Like, I feel like he would donate, if anything, like just not expecting, but what I think would happen is he would just donate a lot of it. He wouldn't like change how he lives. He just wants to live like a normal, like I said, Clark Kent, instead of being a Superman.
Swedish furniture brand IKEA, Ingvar built a net worth of $53 billion, and in 2004 briefly overtook Bill Gates as the world's richest person. Despite this, Ingvar was known for driving a 1993 Volvo 240, which he drove around his hometown, known for having frugal people. It is in the nature of Smartland to be thrifty. If you look at me now, I don't think I'm wearing anything that wasn't bought at a flea market, and Ingvar was even committed to always flying economy. How the hell can I ask people who work for me to travel cheaply if I'm traveling in luxury? It's a question of good leadership. Best to stay in touch with the real world, although...
It's that picture of the boss is the dude sitting on the chair telling them to pull his chair, right, on the box. But then a leader is there in front telling them where to go, pulling the box with them. That's the difference. This dude's a leader. He's not a boss.
Though he might have been so cheap that the world lost touch with him. Normally, I try to get my hair cut when I'm in a developing country. Last time it was in Vietnam. Ingvar died in 2018 as the world's 8th richest person, and while Mark Zuckerberg isn't popular with everyone, he definitely maintains the legacy of frugal billionaires. He's currently the 4th richest person on Earth with 170 billion.
All thanks to Facebook. Isn't that nuts? That's crazy.
Wears the exact same shirt every single day, reducing decision fatigue while making his life simple.
Like for me, Dragon Ball, I mean work clothes, but Dragon Ball and tank top. Easy.
Now, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Zuckerberg owns 5 side-by-side Silicon Valley houses.
Again, it side by side, literally like, oh shit, I had to go fix this in the other house. Minecraft walk over
Although
there.
it's not like they all have tennis courts, the primary residence is nice but fairly normal, and is 10 minutes away from the mega mansions in the nearby suburb of Atherton. Zuckerberg owns an Acura TSX worth 30 grand, a Honda Fit worth 18 grand, a Volkswagen Golf also worth 30 grand, and a Pagani Huayra worth, well, 4 million. But for the most part, his checklist is safe, comfortable, and not ostentatious.
I feel like that last car, whatever, I don't remember the name, but that's a flex. That's specifically a flex.
Tyler Winklevoss called Mark Zuckerberg the poorest rich person I've ever seen in my life, although he perhaps hadn't seen Lil Dicky, who made a whole song about how cheap he was. It was appropriately titled Saving That Money, for which he'd make a music
Banger song, too.
video without spending a single dollar.
The concept of the video is how can I make the most epic rap video ever?
Dude, watching this the first time, I was like, this is obviously a setup. But it had me leaning on questioning for a second. I'm like, hold on, is it? Nah, yes it is.
For no money.
He'd therefore visit mansions, boats, and clubs, trying to convince random people to let him use their stuff, all of which being done while wearing the cheapest clothes possible.
Okay, now looking back at it again, maybe this wasn't a skit.
He'd state you hear a lot of rap songs about spending money. I thought, wouldn't it be funny to make a song about saving money because it's ironic? But beyond irony, I genuinely have pride in saving money. I'm a relatively cheap person who, to me, it's not cool to overspend, it's cool to get a great deal.
It's so funny too, because that song, if I remember correct, that song popped off. That song did pop off. Because wasn't there no, there was no feature in it. I'm thinking of something else, but I thought there was a feature.
Within the song itself, Dickie admits to using his cousin Greg's Netflix account, getting his hair cut with several months in between, and wearing the same pair of jeans every day, also showing his frustration with how famous music made him.
Mark, you seeing them? Jean Mark? Look what my life has become.
And then of course there's Adam Sandler.
He favors oversized clothes, untied sneakers, and a fresh from the hamper look.
His dress style is so casual it's basically a meme. This man has more money than he knows what to do with, and still gets his drip from Walmart. Love it. He always looks ready for a basketball match because, according to this interview, he loves to turn up and play with random people.
I fly in, try to...
That would be so nuts. You're with the boys, just like, let's just go shoot some hoops, right? And you get a swish, right? And then you just look over, fucking Adam Sandler sitting there like, you guys want to play? It's like, what?
Find a game somewhere, play, get a little sweat.
I once played basketball with Sandler during lunch break on Grown Ups. He has an automatic three-pointer and is as down-to-earth as any famous person I've ever met. I can't say enough nice things about the guy.
I literally go to any park, I see a game going off, and I go, all right, let me just walk in. I walk up, a couple people usually go, oh, that's what's his name? And then I go, yeah. And then I...
Wait a goddamn minute. I know you. You're that dude from, like, a lot of fucking movies.
Get a 5-on-5 going.
He isn't scared to photobomb a random wedding, get a standard breakfast at IHOP, or eat a jar of pickles while walking down the street, despite being worth almost $500 million.
That is crazy. But you know what? Not gonna lie, Keanu Reeves was mentioned, but he wasn't like actually in. He didn't have like a section, which was very strange because doesn't he ride like a motorcycle? But that's just my part. I love Keanu Reeves. He's one of my top favorites. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Leave a like down below if you enjoy this type of content, and subscribe if you want to see more. Also comment what you did or did not like about the video, and I will see you guys next time.